Hello and thank you for joining us. My name is Jacques Whitting and I'll be your host today, and I am joined by another host here on To It For Media, the distinguished gentleman himself, creator and host of that show, Ron Grant, who is gearing up for his Sons in Suits father-son brunch coming up in the coming weeks. He's going to share all the details on that event and speak about the importance of father-son relationships in the modern day world. All that after this quick break.
The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman presents Sons in Suits Brunch, a celebration of fathers and sons, at Treasure Isle Hotel on Saturday, June 17th, 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., featuring guest speakers, Deputy Governor of the Virgin Islands David D. Archer Jr., Pastor Courtney Jones, entertainer Raul Jugusprov, entertainment by Johanse Smith and Che Pemberton, alongside DJ Molly. Tickets are $75 for a father and son duo and $40 single tickets. Fun, food, fellowship, and fatherhood. Lots of giveaways included. Ticket outlets are CCT flagship stores on Tortola and Virgin Gorda. Calling all fathers, sons, father figures, nephews, and uncles. Sons in Suits 2023, hosted by the Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a red carpet celebration of fathers and sons. For more information, contact 442-3132. Proudly sponsored by CCT and To It For Media.
Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. And of course, Ron, thank you for being here
Hey,
to
Jaka.
share.
Definitely different sitting on this side.
Absolutely. And you have no idea what's on this card, so
That's
let's
correct, yeah.
get this interview going.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. I mean, you weren't hard to find in the building. All right. So, Sons in Suits, of course, this is an inaugural event.
Yes.
Tell us all about it and how you came up with this idea.
So as everyone knows, the Art of a Distinguished Gentleman brand has been around for a bit of a while. And when I say that, I mean we've done summer camps, we've done, of course, the signature talk show host, featuring every season 12 episodes of the best and brightest distinguished gentlemen. The summer camps would really seek to provide young men, high school age, primary school age, with learnt skills that would prepare them for the next level. And really and truly the public was calling for it, wanting to do something. When are you going to do something that would incorporate fathers? And it really just seemed perfect that it was Father's Day coming up, that we would incorporate that. And that's where the Sons in Suit concepts came up, where we could signature Sons in Suits. And the focus is really Sons in Suits. Fathers, of course, being Father's Day, can bring their sons, but we have grandparents, Jaka. We have single mothers. For whatever reason, there are a number of young men who have lost their fathers by death, or some who are just not present. And grandparents and mothers have been calling me and saying, hey, we would like to be part of this too. And it's absolutely open to that entire community, because that's what the brand has been solidifying itself as.
All right. Now, when you just hear the name, when you hear the term brunch, people have a very generalized idea
True.
of what a brunch
Yeah.
is. But when you take a good look at the flyer, probably read up a bit on the event, you realize there's a lot more
There's a lot
going
more
on.
to
So
encompass
take us a bit through your program. I know you have some highly anticipated speakers for the event as well.
So the event is going to be held on June 17th. That's the Saturday before Father's Day, from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Treasure Isle Hotel. The tickets are $75 for a father-son duo, or a father and daughter, just a parent and a child. And a single ticket for a grandparent or anyone else is $40. All of the tickets, of course, are at CCT flagship stores, both on Tortola and Virgin Gorda. And rightfully, as you said, Jaka, it's not just about eating food. It's a Caribbean brunch, which means that the food, I've spent some time with the chef at Treasure Isle to intricately curate a really special menu for the guests, and it's going to be that, a Caribbean brunch. But you not only get food, but you get three of the most amazing, in this present space, guest speakers, beginning with the Deputy Governor of the Virgin Islands, David D. Archer, who's a father himself, a father of one male, of course, with signifying the boys, but he also has a daughter. And then we have Raul Jugusprov, who's an entertainer. He is also a father of one son. He has a daughter as well, and his adopted daughter. He's an entertainer. He is our single most, I think, loved and appreciated entertainer across the region.
A guaranteed hit every time.
And he's going to bring his energy. And then we have Pastor Courtney Jones, who's bringing his three boys to the brunch. So you're getting an enrichment session. You're getting real life skills from three different perspectives: the civil service, entertainment and the religious aspect to really balance it off, because truth be told, it takes a lot to, balance fatherhood and business and all that it takes to run a family in this present 21st century. So we're getting different perspectives. We're going to have photo ops, of course, a cocktail hour where persons can come and take pictures and really just enjoy themselves. The event is going to be brought to you by DJ Molly. He's our official DJ of that day. And then we also have some really cool performances by the very talented Johan C. Smith and Mr. Che Pemberton, who's going to be tap dancing. So it's just a really amazing day, and we've curated it so that it's early in the day, so that persons can get the opportunity to spend the rest of the Father's Day with their families.
Right, amazing. Now, something you mentioned while you were giving that response was finding the balance while being a father, while being a business owner. And I mean, it's you speaking your truth at the same
That's what
time.
it is, yeah.
Because what has the response been like from the public in that regard? Because of course we talk about it all the time with Mother's Day, and the men do complain, okay, where is this energy around for Father's Day?
Yeah.
So have you been getting any of that?
We've definitely been getting the energy. Most of the guys that we speak to, they're like, oh, finally something for us, But I think in our society we kind of negate sometimes, and I don't know if it comes off as a competition, but it shouldn't be. Mothers and fathers, if we both intricately play our roles, would make a wholesome society, and we equally give quite a bit. I'm a father of a 2-year-old, and I can be honest with you, I couldn't do it without my wife. I can't do it without her. It's just a balancing effect, and like you mentioned, doing so much, business owner, reporter, we wear a lot of hats. So if we're a team player and we're doing it together, then we should have a lot of fun. But it still takes a village to raise a child, and that's what I was going back to when it says about the grandparents coming, wanting to bring their grandchildren who might have lost a father, or the father's just not present, but they have played that role. My dad as well. That's my son's best friend. They hang out all the time. So it just shows you that we're really encompassing a generation and a community of persons that really just want to raise great, good, decent men. That's it.
Right, now I'm gonna put you on a spot.
Sure.
A bit right here. For you, what does fatherhood mean for Ron Grant? And what would you say is really the importance, especially in modern day society, for young men to have those strong, positive male figures in their lives?
So fatherhood to me means dedication. It means commitment. It means sacrifice. It means being my authentic self so that my son could be his authentic self. And by that, I'll give you an example. Of course, we had Laverick Bay Poker Run this weekend.
Yeah.
And my son and I spent the day together. My wife was at a restaurant earlier, and he wanted to be with Dara. He wanted to be with me. And that's important to me because he gets to spend time with me. If we're not our best selves, if we're not committing ourselves to being the best representation for that individual, whether it be a boy or a girl, then we're doing them an injustice. And I could only say that because I have had remarkable examples of fatherhood, beginning with my father, Dr. Spencer Grant, and my grandfather, Benjamin Grant, who really took us in and made sure that we were good, because that was their role. And for me, that's the commitment. My son is my best representation of myself, and I'm proud of the development that I see, and I'm looking forward to when he is able to make a meaningful contribution to our society, so that is the reflection of me. Because if it's negatively impacted, for example, if he for whatever reason falls off, then that is still a representation of me. If we take parenting seriously and we take it to the next level, we'll realize that every action that we do, every word we speak, every action is reflective, and they're looking at us, especially at that toddler age.
Yeah.
They're looking up at us and they're expecting us to be their role models. So that's what it means to me, being a role model.
All right. Now, parenting is one of those things, although there have been efforts in recent years especially to have some kind of teaching ahead of becoming a parent. It's something you can't ever be fully prepared
I agree.
for. No two children are the same. So maybe you think you were prepared after you had your first child. By the time you have your second child, it's a whole different ball game. What kind of tips would you give to somebody who's going to be a father for the first time, who's just overwhelmed? What am I going to do? What would you tell them to keep in mind or that they need to prepare for?
That's a really good question. Patience, and you hear the word patience all the time, but you really have to exhibit it. that baby, for example, they're going to cry, they're going to have needs. My son, to be honest with you, he's now beginning to sleep. And when I say sleep, I mean sleep through the night. He's a couple months after past 2, but he's actually now sleeping. Other than that, he would get up ridiculous hours. And of course, what do? You get up and you take care of that baby. And when we talk about partnership, it's not a case where, oh, you do it, or I do it. No, we're doing this together, because that's what it's about. So patience, definitely patience. I would encourage young fathers, realize that they're committing themselves to a lifelong relationship, and making sure that whatever they put in is really important, and they're going to get the return. When we think about youth development, when we think about education, we think about pouring into the next generation, we kind of think that it's going to be right now, and it's going to be, oh, tomorrow, today. No, what we're going to see is an effect of our commitment for the next few years. And that's what it's all about. Looking back, sitting down, years from now, 10 to 15 years from now, I committed to that generation. I dedicated to that generation. Some of them will be your peers or your children or your nieces or nephews, but it's a lifelong commitment. And I would encourage them to be patient. I would encourage them to be calm, cool, and collected, and really just love on that child, whether it's a boy or girl. Love on that child, and most importantly, for a new father, that also means a new mother. So you gotta love on that mother too. You gotta show her love. You gotta respect her. You gotta treat her with the utmost care, because she just brought your child into the world. Yeah.
All right. Now, of course, we couldn't be putting you in this seat under the capacity of the distinguished gentleman himself and not ask you the question that the fans want to know. When can we expect a new season of the distinguished gentleman?
So, we just come out of election, okay? So, just put that in there. We were quite busy, obviously. So we're going to have a next season of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman right after the festival. We already have some really cool guests lined up, a really dynamic 12 men across the Virgin Islands. So you can expect a new season. That will be season 5 of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman right after the festival season, moving into September. But I want to take this opportunity to also share with the public that we do have our podcast running. So season 1, season 2 are all available on podcast. If you are not a television watching person and you don't like to sit and watch a screen, the audio versions are perfect for you. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman is available on just about every single audio platform, and that's up to season 2, and we're getting ready to launch season 3.
All right, amazing stuff. Now, for the event, just remind us, are tickets still available? Where can we get tickets? And we just need it clear for all. The women are still invited to come.
The women are still invited. You guys can come as well. You ladies can come as well. But the Art of a Distinguished Gentleman is really honored and pleased to host the Sons in Suits 2023. Of course, this is going to be held on June 17th at Treasure Isle Hotel from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. It is a Sons in Suits event, so that means the focus is really the sons, but grandparents, fathers, aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews, everybody is invited to come out and really celebrate the holistic relationship of a father and son. Tickets are available. We still have some tickets available at the CCT stores. That's both on Virgin Gorda and Tortola. We didn't want to forget VG. Duo tickets, that means for 2 persons, that's $75, and a single ticket is $40. And you want to come out and really have a beautiful experience. You want to be able to be enriched, leave feeling full, not only with the food, but with life lessons that could really take you on and really encompass what it means to take us on this journey of fatherhood and parenthood in general. Jaka, before I go, I do want to make special mention of some really amazing contributing sponsors. Of course, this event could not be possible without a group of community individuals who believe in the vision and really wanted to see it into fruition. So I'm going to start with our platinum sponsors, CCT and Nagico. Our gold sponsors, Unite BVI and Tradewinds and Trellis Bay Market. And we have a number of bronze contributors. They are VI Motors, National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Banco Popular, Republic Bank, Omar's Cafe, Mr. Lavore Letson and his group of companies, and the Honorable Luce Hodge Smith. in addition to the food, we're going to have entertainment and lots of giveaways. So giveaways by Lounge 45, Puma Store at the Totola Pear Park, Urban VI at Totola Pear Park, Boyne's Taekwondo Academy. We're teaching young men skills, you know. We got to teach them how to fight too.
Okay.
We got to teach them how to defend themselves. Coconut Lounge is also giving some gift certificates. We have Best Cuts, which cuts my hair. Best Cuts, you're going to have some father-son gift certificate for a father-son duo haircut. We have Retreat at the Mill Mall. They recently opened. Mr. Nice Guy for the clothing. Ion Tacos. You have to relax. As a father, I don't know about anybody else, but I like massages. So Blessed Hands Health Spa is coming on board, and they are also sponsoring a gift certificate for a manicure as well as a full body massage. And we have Scissors Master Barbershop in Fish Bay, J&C Department Store, which is our store for school supplies. They're supporting with a gift certificate. Land at Totola Pear Park, and for the very talented and musically inclined students, we have the Bass Spot, so they're supporting as well. So Jaka, it's a full day of activities. It's really, I'm excited, and I know the people are excited, so I encourage everyone to come out.
All right, amazing. I just want to say, just off of the list of sponsors, the list of people contributing to this whole thing, it really shows that essence of it takes a community, because it's a very wide cross-section of the BVI community involved in this event. So of course, we're encouraging everyone to come out and be a part of this event. I'm noting down that tickets are $40.
$40 single and a $75, which means you can come, Jaka.
Yeah, I mean, it's sounding like I need to come. That's a lot going on that one day.
I think all the viewers are going to be wondering whether you're coming as a single or a couple, but they have to come to the event.
They have to come to find out. All right, Ron, thank you so much for your time today. And, you'll wander off to wherever your place of work is after this conversation.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Of course, stay tuned because there's more great content on Tweet for Media.